Earth's supervolcanoes are starting to become active again. Here's what it means for the planet. Earth's largest and deadliest volcanoes are waking up, and they could unleash a catastrophic eruption at any moment. Something volcanic is stirring near the Italian city of Naples, and it has nothing to do with the towering Mount Vesuvius. Another volcano lurks nearby, one that's much harder to spot but potentially far more dangerous than its neighbor. And it's starting to stir. Rather than a peak, the Campi Flegrei volcano is marked by a giant 13 kilometers, 8 miles, wide crater, or caldera, that formed after a colossal eruption during prehistoric times. It's the closest thing to a supervolcano in Europe and lies just beneath the port city of Pozzuoli, just west of Naples. Campi Flegrei's biggest eruption, which occurred 36,000 years ago, wasn't big enough to be categorized as a super, but it was still the biggest volcanic eruption in Europe in at least 200,000 years. The eruption dumped ash across the Mediterranean and caused a severe volcanic winter across Eastern Europe, with temperatures dropping by as much as 9 degrees Celsius, 16.2 degrees Fahrenheit. There have been numerous small eruptions since the last major one 15,000 years ago, the most recent in 1538, and the area is littered with small craters, vents, hot springs, and bubbling pools. The caldera has not been quiet since the 1950s, with episodes of alarming uplift that have raised the town by 4 meters, 13 feet, and periods of increased seismic activity. Understandably, the population of 360,000 is feeling uneasy and getting more so by the minute. Since the beginning of this century, the floor of the caldera and the town have been rising by 3 to 4 centimeters, 1 to 1.5 inches per year, accompanied by periodic series of small earthquakes. In May this year, the area was hit by a 4.4 magnitude quake, the largest in 40 years and, at the time, the latest of more than 1,200 seismic events in the preceding weeks. Residents fled their homes and many camped outside for fear of further shaking. While earthquakes have been accompanied by ground swelling before, there are fears that this time, the situation is different. If the ground continues to rise long enough, the Earth's crust will eventually collapse. What is not known is how much further stretching the crust can take, says Professor Christopher Kilburn, a volcanologist at University College London. He has also suggested that the uplift is caused by molten rock or gas escaping from it, but it is impossible to be sure. In 2017, he warned that further unrest would increase the likelihood of an eruption, and urged authorities to be prepared. They appear to have followed his advice, with evacuation drills scheduled for this summer. Campi Flegrei could erupt in the coming months or years, or it could go dormant again. But it is just one of a number of giant, dormant volcanoes around the planet, some of which dwarf Naples in both size and the magnitude of previous eruptions.